If there's one focus tree I really like, you might be surprised in this region. Because my favorite focus tree, next to Bulgaria and now also Austria, is Chile. And I know this nation tends to break historical. I learned that the hard way many times. But playing the nation itself is so much fun. And today we're gonna do something very cool with it. So without further ado, Araman, historical, and go. Firstly, focus tree. We are gonna rush down this path over here. Because in my last Chile video, I wanted to go down a certain path, and then I didn't do it forever, and then a lot of time passed, and here we are. Because today we are going to rush down the Mapuche path, which is a good challenge, especially at the beginning, but a lot of fun. So first focus is a go. Industry-wise, I'm gonna be a bit cheeky and build mills down here. I know we're currently in civilian economy, but we really need mills, so I'm gonna do that. Production-wise, we don't have any industry, so everything into guns. Research, better gun, and production. Convoy is also gonna be very important, so gonna add that to production too, by the way. So we have now unlocked these decisions over here, basically repairing a coup, but to be honest, we don't care about this. We will have completely different problems with our path that doesn't include this coup by doing our own coup, I guess, losing stability. Yeah, don't get used to stability in this playthrough. And after that, repairing this Civilwar. So coup is done, get a new leader. Let's rush down the Mapuche conflict, giving us a good national spirit, which will get a lot better, and worsening the Mapuche conflict. I mean, yeah, obviously. Focus is done, and now we have to make a lot of hard choices. Because over here we have a lot of 70-day focuses that give a lot of good modifiers, like amazing ones. Problem being, if we actually take all of these modifiers, more than a year has passed. So yeah, it's a huge time investment, and I can't do that. We don't have the time for that. We need to be fast. Otherwise, we will be dragged into a war with the allies very late game, and that sounds horrendous. Spoiler, we'll have to fight the allies. I know, fun. My favorite faction to fight. So what we are gonna do is choose the ones we really want and rush down the Civilwar. Over here is a really good one for factory output, but big problem here, it only unlocks this one below, which we don't care about at all. Daily compliance plus core defense sounds maybe good on paper, but for our case, we don't really care about compliance. I will talk about it later, but basically no, we will work a lot with puppet states, so less interesting for us. And the one to the right gives political power and research speed. We currently have 2 research slots, which we can upgrade to a maximum of 3. That's all we get. So research speed sounds pretty damn good. So we're gonna rush down this focus over here. Stability, war support, recruitable population factor, also really good for us. And then get ourselves that bonus. And in the background, the other side is basically doing their focuses. The first ones are not that bad. The later ones are. So another reason to kind of be fast about the Civilwar. By the way, local defense groups also are very good, so I'm gonna do that. But oh my god, we don't have any factory output right now. Our stability is horrendous. It is so bad. So these 2 focuses are done. Let's do the final 2, which are both 35 days, thankfully, for a new leader and a way to govern. Our leader is gonna be this guy over here for division attack and division defense. The other leader is giving core attack and defense plus war support, or stability and war support. So this one having a general modifier for attack and defense everywhere instead of just core provinces. I think he's the best. I'm definitely gonna choose it. So let's do the Congress next. And we're gonna say no compromise. This is gonna be a full native government, meaning we can finally start the Civilwar. 70-day focus. And just in time, it does a focus to get more divisions. It's kind of sad. I thought we could get it before it, but nope. So the focus is done. We are now the Mapuche state. I would say in the background, let's fix this over here, giving us this good national spirit and removing that bad one over here. At the same time, I'm going to prepare a naval invasion to here. And most importantly, go to partial mobilization. You might ask yourself, why not war economy? Because we don't have enough war support after the war to actually stay on war economy. So partial mobilization it is, plus limited conscription. We need more men. Also very important, I'm going to focus my entire industry right now on buying guns on the international market. This might seem stupid, but we really need guns. We're going to buy everything we can. Military stuff wise, I'm going to get myself the army offense expert for army experience gain and division attack. Very helpful early on. And I'm gonna drop a naval landing up here to basically confuse the army and win the Civilwar sooner. Landing looks very promising, especially because they attacked me for some reason, so I guess their mistake is my win. So I'm currently using my entire industry to buy guns. Very important. And thanks to the northern industry over here, we can buy even more. And now with that focus done, we're gonna ignore this one over here for now and get ourselves a few very quick mill factories. So over here, you have a lot of 35-day focuses that give you just straight up mill factories. And also some ticking army experience. So this is actually really good. Let's do that. Political power advisor, also very helpful. Let's get her, giving us 1.4 political power per day. Really good. I would say with some troops kinda semi-built, I'm gonna pop them out and end the Civilwar. Because the sooner we're done over here, the sooner we can prepare our big war against Argentina. Because that's actually a hard war. Like, it's our first real war, and it's gonna be not easy. But after that, everything's gonna be a lot easier. And yeah, while I was yapping, that focus is finished. Let's get another mill factory in a 35-day focus that also gives faster mill construction speed, quite decent. And I'm also going to start building a few things I will definitely need later, like anti-air, support equipment, artillery, and trucks. Civilwar is over. Basically, just had to take the capital city over here. And I would say that it was quite fast, so I'm actually quite happy. Now let's really prepare for the big conflict, meaning we will continuously buy guns. Really, don't stop that. You will need so much guns to fill an army to fight Argentina from everyone we can. And I'm also going to change our template to this. A 15 with good support equipment. It's going to be very helpful. And with that focus over here done, one last focus to get a mill here, the Air Force. Giving us other stuff like air experience, daily air experience, and air base, but most importantly, 2 building slots and a factory in a 35-day focus. That is really good. I got less with a 70-day focuses in a lot of focus trees. So not gonna lie, that's why I like Chile. A lot of short focuses that give you decent things and feel very good. And you can kind of react really fast to your situation by doing these. And with the mill factories in the bag, I would say let's go down over here and prepare the next war. Because for the war against Argentina, we have to go all the way down here. And there's like 70-day focuses here, mostly. Okay, I guess half of them. But still, will take quite a while to get it all. Better start now. And yes, then I will fix the economy. I'll promise. But first, conquest. Economy looks really bad though. I haven't talked about it, but this modifier is kind of horrendous. This one is good though. Smaller than it could be, but very helpful. For advisors, I hardly recommend stability advisors. Why? Because if you're under 50% stability, your factory output plus political power plus resistance is bad. It's a scale, of course, so the lower you are, the worse it gets. But we're currently in peace times, and we're at 35%, meaning that at war times, we basically have minus 40% factory output. Really bad. So taking these now to kind of improve that a little bit is a great help. Yeah, look at that. Already way better. Also giving us more political power. I'll take it. So important choice over here. Do we embrace indigenous corporatism, or do we expand agricultural fields? My recommendation is this side, because this modifier is really good. Over here, you basically get a lot of civilian factories through these 2 focuses, plus a little bit of a modifier, but that's kind of it. Well, over here, you get a supply modifier for South America. That is huge. So we take that. That is really good. If you know how fighting here feels like, you'll love supply modifiers. They are really helpful. Anyways, second stability advisor. Let's get her. Looking at 60 stability now, and actually a positive modifier. Crazy. I know. Next focus for here, silver working. Next focus, good modifier for our army, especially Cav division, so could be interesting in the future to tap into them a little bit. And political power-wise, we're kinda done, because we have no real good high command, no useful theorists. The industrial concern I want, we don't have unlocked yet, and we're not gonna do Air Force or Navy. Yeah, we could go free trade, but we have a lot of resources. You might not think about it, but Chile actually has good amount of resources, so I don't want to give them all away. Kinda need them. So yeah, I'm just gonna waste my political power now, quote unquote, to kind of improve our situation over here. So long term, we have more stability. Plus, I might actually steal some trains, because right now we were really missing trains. This focus over here, also really useful, especially manpower, plus breakthrough. Just flat out breakthrough. Also, production-wise, I stopped building guns and now specialize into everything else, because I did acquire enough guns. I can show this off. We have like 3,500 guns in surplus at the moment, which we will lose quite fast if I really expand the army even more soon. But basically, this means we are really in deficit with everything else. So I'm kind of focusing on that. Plus, I'm also buying that now. International market, big carry for me. I don't use it a lot, but in runs like this, I'm really thankful it exists. And because I sometimes get the questions like, why don't I have an international market? It's a DLC feature, by the way. And if I'm not completely wrong, the DLC is Arms Against Tyranny. No buying recommendation, but, you know, for the people who ask, I just wanted to say it in the video instead of in the comments. I'm buying so much equipment right now. It is actually crazy. but we have to fight soon. And if we don't have the equipment to fight, we will not fight very successfully. So yeah. I'm also buying from Argentina, which is kind of weird, but they're selling stuff to me and I'm willing to take it. I need it and I kind of take it away from them, which is, I guess, a win-win. So this focus is done. I think I'm not completely ready to attack them yet. So I'm gonna take this focus before. Once again, good bonuses like division speed, enemy air support, less good, and funnily enough, carry bonuses again. Later on, even important, attack against major nations. That is really good. Anyways, I really get the vibes I should build CAF. Area focuses like carry bonuses. Anyways, grand battle plan, less supply used for mounted infantry. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of signs here. Maybe I should play horses today. I really get the vibes. But I would say, because I have no more time to lose, let's attack Argentina. Giving us cores, starts the war, and a good modifier for a little bit. Our army is not 100% prepared, but I gotta say, we are in a decent state. And we're not missing too much equipment. Like 300 artillery, which is still a lot, but not as bad as before. And we're still importing more. So we should have this soon. Focus is done. War has started. I would say immediately, let's get the supply bonus over here. Sounds pretty good. And also, let's do some damage. As I said before, this war is not gonna be easy, but I feel like if we do it right, we can do a good amount of damage. Very important now, extensive conscription. Our manpower is getting very close to zero. I would say with this over here done, let's fix economy, because we need to do this focus over here and then wait a year. Otherwise, we can't go down here and actually fix most of the economy. Plus research slot, very important. So let's start that. And yes, I personally think the right side is way better than the left side. Resources are nice, but the bonuses here are just better, at least in my opinion. But I do gotta say, I got my stability in quite a good shape. I think with war propaganda, I can also fix war support. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. On the side, I would say very important, logistical focus for less supply consumption, really good. And on top of that, for the memes, proper heritage. We gotta build some horse boys. I have no idea where I'm going with this, but I kind of want to do it for the meme. They do be fast, so there is that. Oh, Poland, 7,000 guns. Yeah, boy. Bad event, but also good event at the same time. The Great Chill and Earthquake, meaning we will lose 5 stability and 4,000 manpower, which is nothing when you have 0 manpower, but also giving us relief efforts. This national spirit gives us weekly stability for a year. So overall, this will be a stability net positive, and on top of that, we can just continuously ban the other ideologies, get more weekly stability. Yes, this costs 10 stability, but overall, it is a bit of a net positive. Not by a lot, but a little bit. Also, we can take political loyalty for more stability. I like theater training, but especially for the beginning, this might be really good. We have no stability at the moment. As I said, don't get used to that. Don't get used to stability in this. So I would say if the industry fixed a little bit, let's get that focus over here for political power, war support, affection, and a general. At the same time, the war is kind of going mixed. I mean, I'm winning, but it's kind of slow. I wish it would be faster. But so far, it's not going bad either. So absolute win? Question mark? I don't know. Problem is, I just don't have enough manpower to have enough men to really push in. And you see now why I bought guns, because guns is really a problem in this war. And I'm still buying guns. I'm buying so much guns. I need guns. Very good right now, though. War economy. Completely forgot about that and should have done it way earlier. But that frees up even more factories that we can use for building and for buying. On the side, this 70-day focus also seems very good. Basically making every major nation very angry, but giving us an amazing spirit to justify war goals. So that would be actually amazing for world conquest. And no, this is not going to be a world conquest. It did a risky push into the capital city and it very much paid off. So happy about that. And if I get to this port here, this is all encircled. So let's see how far we can push this. Oh, yeah, that is amazing. This is an early end for this war. Normally, I struggle like half a year longer with it, and it's about to end 1939. Doesn't seem early, I know, but for me, that is good, okay? That is really good. And I got a lot of units with that. That is actually amazing. Okay, I think if we do a general push now and push just everywhere, try to get these victory points over there, we should be able to just piece them out very soonish. Yeah, the problem is on an overall attack is that they will do a last stand, which really eats into our equipment. Railway company, I guess, why not? This focus is done. I would say in the meantime, let's make trucks cheaper. I don't mind that. And yeah, war is over. It was kind of fast and looking good. I would say immediately after that, let's justify against Uruguay.
Don't do it to me.
I would also say let's cancel the trade with Poland for the sole reason that Poland has other problems at the moment. I'm so sorry, Poland. I would also say with our stability under control now, we can go away from political loyalty to theater training and start to go down our doctrines. Very good. War justification is done. let's go in. Very quick war. Very good. Normally right now, I would go into Brazil, and I already prepared it, but I just had an epiphany that if I go into Mexico now, I can release them now, because we unlock doing that, and not needing to fight Mexico later, while also fighting the US sounds very good. Thanks to docking rights in Guatemala, yeah, we should be able to do it. We have Green Navy. That is wild. Okay, so I would say without any more waiting, let's declare the war. Go in. Are you going in? Yeah, they're going out. And if we could get this would be huge. And we landed. Oh my god, we might actually get this. I never tried this strat. I just came up with it. And if that works, that would be huge. Because if I ever fought Mexico and the USA together in late game, oh my god. But fighting them while they're still weak, because they have like 6 mils right now, plus they have a lot of army, but I imagine it's quite weak. That will be an enormous help. Also, little trick I learned for force attacks. Right now, I pinned them with a force attack while pushing here with a force attack, but I don't want them to fight here anymore. That was only a pin. What you can do them is just assign them to a front line via control left click, and then they stop pushing. And I imagine that's how the AI stops force attacks, by the way, because it works. And the AI does it all the time. I hope this forbidden knowledge helps. So my army has arrived. I would say, let's push. Manpower-wise, we are really behind, so service by requirement is a minimum. So, a year has passed. We can finally do these focuses over here. And I'm gonna start with this one for a good industrial concern, stability, political power, and most importantly, the shortest route to our research slot, because this is 135-day focus, and you need to do one of these focuses. So, yeah, we're gonna do that. On this side, the Mexico war is actually going quite decent. It was a little bit annoying at the beginning, but now that we broke through a little bit, this is becoming quite successful. Just gonna pray that the US doesn't join or anything. That would kind of ruin the party. I would say on the side, I can start to fabricate on Brazil, and war is won. Gonna take everything, gonna seal a navy. Thank you, Mexico, and goodbye. I will send these units now down here, and we're gonna continue what we started before. This was literally just a little bit of preparations. Otherwise, this would have been a very annoying push. We can also release Mexico and another native nation down here later, but feels very good to have this in the bag. I also did just research the medium tank chassis, because fighting against the US will be a lot of fun, and to make it a bit more realistic to fight, I'm gonna get myself a good old Space Marine division using this anti-air tank. If you don't know what that is, you will see. It is pretty good. Just know, for now, we need to build anti-air tanks. A lot of them. Actually, not a lot, but a decent amount. The war goal against Brazil is done. I kind of forgot my navy over here, so let me bring it over here while our army is also moving here. I will also start to justify on Guatemala, because if you're already in the region, why not use the situation and integrate all of this here? I mean, of course, liberate. War justification is done. Let's go in. Very short war. But for now, let's finally go into Brazil before the war goal does run out. I would say push everywhere. My navy already here. Very good. Do the naval invasion. And I think then we got this. Yeah, it's gonna be a famous last words moment, but everything is going really well so far. This is my best run by far at the moment. And it is rarely a moment in a recording, so I'm waiting for just everything to go wrong in one big swoop by one of these miners just now joining the allies 2 years earlier than I want them to. But yeah, for now, I'm really happy how this goes. We should do a force attack over here, so we can actually land with those troops and make a second front in Brazil. For fighting Brazil, the coast is basically the weak point, so pushing along here will be the plan. So, little time jump, involuntary. I just noticed I was basically talking to myself because I forgot to record for a while. But TLDR, Brazil has fallen by actually just pushing along the coastline and landing over here. Pretty good. And I released them as a native nation. Then we took out Paraguay, and now we're going to Bolivia. So without any more waiting, Bolivia, goodbye. Peru, you're next. But yeah, the plan now is to basically take out all of South America and Middle America. I might have also forgotten to mention I also took over that here. And once these are all puppets, just attack the USA. It's gonna be a bit hard, but you know what? Maybe I like it that way. Okay, Bolivia is gone. Peru, you're next. I'm also gonna justify on Ecuador. They're kind of already busy over here, so this shouldn't be too hard. So Peru capitulated, and I can take everything. Pretty lucky, because Ecuador had quite a lot of war score. And now with Ecuador out of the way, time for a scary war. Colombia. Because at this point in the game, they really can join the allies, and that is a crazy thought, so we have to rush them down. Let's try it. And we got them. That could have ended really bad. Anyways, Venezuela, you're next. You too, Panama. And with those two nations out of the way, we basically have our secured all the big releasables in South America. At least the ones we can do before going to war with the allies, because there's also one over here, which I obviously can't do right now. And yeah, the Panama Channel is also part of this releasable, but thankfully you can release it without owning it. So we might not need to call this region into war for now. So I'm gonna request all of my puppets army just that I have a coast guard, because the next obvious step in this entire conflict conflict is actually fighting the US. And that's gonna be hard because the US is pretty prepared in 1942, which is the point where we basically attacked them. So this is not gonna be a cakewalk. I mean, it's gonna be a lot easier because we secured Mexico. I have to say that. On the other hand, my industry is not that big. It's pretty good, but it's not US big. So it's gonna be an uphill battle. Plus the resources is also gonna be a hard topic. Something I did do to basically reduce the chance of the allies basically joining this war. I dissolved my faction. The upside, we can make our own faction. So I would say we call it something the US would be really scared about. Something they would immediately crave to and just give up. The IRS. Jokes aside, even I as a YouTuber based in Europe have to deal with the IRS because YouTube is a US organization. I understand the struggle of the IRS, my US viewers. I understand it. Trust me. Anyways, let's build this alliance. I believe. Crumble, USA. Crumble. The dawn of the IRS. You shall never see this coming. Oh, this is so stupid. And I would say with the war goal done, Mr. Joe Biden, goodbye. So I wouldn't survive a current push. And I know that when I take a US state, they get a home defense modifier, which makes them incredibly strong in their own turf. So I'm basically just holding the line now. I kind of retreated a little bit. It looks pretty promising, but yeah, I do kind of count on the Axis performing better than they did historically. And so far, I'm not kind of optimistic about it. The Germans are kind of stuck over here, and Japan is... Let's not talk about Japan. Good news, Communist China joined the Allies, meaning China is now at war with the Allies too, which funnily enough could be a really good thing, because if the Chinese have like endless manpower and the Allies drain all of their manpower here, the Germans might have an easier time, especially after they're trying to do some D-Day stuff over here. And why is the Netherlands completely free again? What is this? Such a status flip. Oh my god. Yeah, Germany is not doing well. I hope I can get like most of the AS very soon. Right now, I'm technically researching air stuff, and I'm also doing spy network stuff in the US. So I'm kind of preparing for a longer war with collaboration governments and everything. I'm semi-optimistic. The main problem is that I don't have enough manpower. That's a real bottleneck of this focus tree. But I also don't really see another way to win this realistically. There is one cheese I can recommend. You can basically rush down the intelligence agency and influence the US once you turn non-aligned. And if you get them to 10% non-democratic support, actually it's over 5%, then they can't do this focus anymore, basically blocking them from all of that. Huge debuff for the US. I didn't do it this time because I already did it once for a meme, and it's really, really strong. And I feel dirty using it. But if you want to have an easier time doing this, and I harshly recommend that, do that. I'm a casual noob player. I don't always do pro strats, but every time you guys let me know about something that is really strong and broken, I like to share it. It's really good. Yeah, the world is going crazy. Like, look at this World War scenario here. This is just, everyone has read with someone here. It's just, oh my god. I love that the entire puppet states I have over here, or I mean my 3 brothers in arms that are liberated, are just safe from all of this. But yeah, I kind of have to win this, otherwise it's gonna be bad. Anyways, Navy. Why? Because I've decided I want convoys, and maybe even a Navy very late game. I don't actually know. I doubt it. And yes, being at 3 research slots really hurts. And you might notice now why I didn't want to do air, because it just takes up all of your research. It is crazy. But thanks to my focus tree, I got a lot of bonuses for plane stuff, so I'm actually rushing really down. And with engine 3 researched, I finally built 2 real planes. So here's my CAS, actually missing something, armor plates, and light MG. Very good. So here's my CAS, and here's my fighter, following the principle of more gun, more better. I would say my army is better prepared now. They had a few casualties, not enough to have an impact, but I nearly inflicted 1 million. That's pretty good for less than 100k. But I really want to take over Texas for the sole reason that I get resources I really need and fuel. I'm currently preparing to build up an air force, not a big one, but a good one. So I can contest the US at least a little bit, and together with my anti-tanks might actually be able to shoot down a lot of their stuff. So I'm gonna beeline rush for Dallas and Houston, giving the US a 20% attack bonus. I'm just hoping that my 10% defense bonus kind of helps me out here. But yeah, I'm kind of starved with resources. I need to get somewhere in this campaign. And now that I have all the resources I need and basically a very well-equipped army that is actually very well trained, we should do some moves. And yup, they immediately get the modifier. Like, no second. I conquer one state. They get it instantly. It's not even a focus. Oh my god. I say that because I instantly start feeling the push getting harder. It is so crazy. I did also just notice that most of my army was not my elite division. So most of my army wasn't even Space Marines. I don't know how I oversaw that. I thought I converted everyone at some point. I just forgot. 2/3 of my army was this division. And I'm like, why can't I push? Now I know why. And crazy how far I've come with this. What is going on here? Push so far, very successful. I got control over Texas. I got control over California, meaning I got some more resources to build stuff. It's not a lot, but sure, better than nothing. Not gonna lie, since I turned my entire army into Space Marines, this has become a lot easier. I felt so stupid. I was fighting this war and made it so much harder for myself. By the way, I just saw a pop-up for Moscow, so... Oh, the Germans are in Moscow. I don't think they will win this war because the Allies are continuously landing over here. But if me fighting the US and the Germany actually defeating the Soviet Union, that would be crazy good. The economy is not looking good though. So yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, Mexico took Texas over again. I don't know why they always did that, so I'm just gonna ask for it again. Third time. They give it to me, and I hope now that I don't conquer land anymore, it will just stay on my side. And I can grow compliance. Oh yeah, the aluminum is so good. Yeah, thank you, US. You kind of fixed my entire problem here. I now have all the aluminum I need. But even though this is a little bit stuck over here, and we're going into 1944 in a second, I took over Hoover Dam. You know, I'm just saying, I'm basically the winner of the Fallout universe, so that's worth something. And yes, I know there's a Fallout mod. And yes, I saw the comments that I should play it. And you know what? If you really want to see that, let me know. I want to be more open for mods this year, so throw it in. There's certain mods I'm not gonna play, and you probably know which ones I mean. But cool mods like that, sure, always. I just need to kind of have an idea what I want to do. First compliance government is done. I would say let's do a few more. Kind of need them. I can't believe it. I actually got an infantry expert, and it took forever. But I finally got one. Let's go. Why Germany? Why do you want to beat war with China? This is... Oh my god. You're already in war with Turkey. Why do you want to beat war with China? Oh my god. The X's in this universe. I'm here alone, pushing against the strongest force of the entire war. And I can say strongest because they get a flat out 20% modifier on attack and defense, plus having 2 to 3 million men in the field. Maybe even 4. Like, look at that. That is crazy. I'm not even at 1 million. This is just wild. But at least we're done with the doctrines, so that is good. Quite a lot of time has passed, but I have to be very careful with my pushes here, so I'm very strategically pushing forward. Not gonna lie, I'm now in a position where I've cut off the US from most of the oil production, and I'm starting to feel I'm getting very weak. If they continue to use the entire Navy, plus the entire Air Force all the time, they won't be able to sustain the fuel situation, so that's kind of my plan. Cutting off the allies from their fuel. And on the side, Germany is still alive, which is also very good for me, so yeah, I think my plan so far is working out. So far. Collaboration governments also take forever, so yeah, this might take a little bit longer, but I will get this done. There's a small naval landing in California, but I have troops on every port that I can't guard, because otherwise, you know, they would just swarm the state. I'm not scared of that. Plus, the US is very close to losing 4 million men to me. They're already at service by requirement, which is huge for the US. Why are they partial mobilization, though? Why are they not at war economy? What is this? I mean, look at me. I'm at war economy and scraping the barrel. I'm getting every man I can. The US is like, nah, I want to be re-elected. No war economy. Pressurization of the army. Sounds pretty cool. But I get more recruitable population over here. You know what? I'm at scraping the barrel. I have enough manpower. Let's go to the pressurization of the army, because I literally need attack. Otherwise, I can't go against this defense modifier, and I need to push faster. Looking over here, I thought for a second, how did Turkey become the Ottomans? And then I looked closer and saw Bulgaria. Okay, the Axis are having a huge comeback. This is really good for them. Kinda crazy though. Can't get Greece though. All of Turkey, but not Greece. How Italy? How? And they're losing over here. Oh my god. Literally a second later, Greece capitulates. So I guess I motivated the Axis to finish the job. Let's see if they take this. So next compliance government is done. 45%. That is actually huge. We're now looking at 75%. Okay, maybe one more, or it might actually be enough, and we should have the US capitulated. They're now looking at 50% towards capitulation. So if you push into here, they might actually just collapse, because we control all of the big cities here and here. So yeah, an offensive in that direction could be the solution. Problem is I don't have the manpower for that. So I have to do the careful way, encirclements, slowly pushing, you know. Why Germany? Why do you need to declare war on Sweden? This is so stupid. You're making it so much harder for yourself. Why? Sweden is in the common turn. This is, oh my god. They just want to lose in 1945. They're having a good game because of me, and now they're just doing that. Oh my god, Axis. Why Italy? So push so far going very well. I've taken over Florida, which is once again huge because of industry. Plus, it was the biggest airport in the region. So yeah, air dominance over here feels pretty good. Gonna stop using my Air Force now because I kind of burned that down to get this. But the only thing we need to do now is to push all the way to Washington, and we should have this. And I've consolidated a huge army now, so I think I can do that. Surprisingly, Italy recovered, but they did kick out Mussolini. And the Germans are looking like they're gonna capitulate the Soviet Union, which would also be huge. And they're getting Sweden under control. Yeah, I might actually be able to end this war if... Oh, no, wait. Oh, Communist China. Oh, China, I love you. I was afraid because Communist China joined the Allies, but no, they're gone. Only US and UK. Good, let's do this then. I took Washington and... Oh my god, the US is finally defeated. And I'm sadly not able to do this yet. I guess because Mexico controls that. That might be a stupid reason, but could be. Overall speaking, I will extend my port defense to the entirety of the US now. And my frontline divisions go to Canada. I could release the US as a puppet state, which is ironic. You know what? I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna release the US as a compliance government. For now, I will integrate it later. The industry boost again is enormous. Okay, I kinda capitulated. Quick war, I guess. I'm not complaining. This allows us to not do anything yet because we don't control enough stuff. Oh my god, I hate this. Oh, this is gonna be so horrendous to fight, especially... Oh, we will never get to this island. The more I play this, the more I realize I have to win against the Allies to actually get all of this stuff released, and that makes me less happy. I think less happy is a term I'm allowed to use. I think I've never seen this. There's a Congo Civil War. I didn't even know that's a thing. And that's the Soviet Union gone. Good. Actually, really good. Now the Allies have real problems. Look at that. Churchill might be sweating right now. And in that second, the Italian Civil War happened. Oh my god, Italy, you're currently winning. And what you're doing is you're destroying yourself. How? Anyways, I literally had to integrate and release again Mexico. That was annoying. But I got the state over here. Game lag. Okay, Soviet Union is actually gone now. That is really good. Meaning that the Axis and me have the same goal. Okay, they're also fighting China. But we both want to destroy the Allies. And to be fair, China also wants to destroy the Allies. So does Japan. So I think we could do this. I'm gonna bring a few troops over and maybe later my navy so we can land there and actually end the war. I attacked the US fairly late because I didn't want to be too cheesy, but I gotta be honest, just rush the US earlier. Maybe take out Mexico, then immediately go up, because this was dreadful. Because now needing to defeat Great Britain, yeah, this video is definitely not a guide, but at least you can watch me suffer. And yeah, turns out I need to capitulate the US to actually be able to release them. So I do be having a good amount of war score, so I highly doubt I won't get them. But I do find this stupid that you can't just release the US like any other nation here if you take over the territory you need. And they kind of come with the, oh, by the way, you're at war with the Allies? Yeah, defeat them now. I know you own all of the land, but just go there and defeat them. Otherwise, you can't do your last focus, which I didn't talk about yet. Our entire goal here is to literally do this. A huge focus where you basically annex all of your puppets and core their land, turning you into a mega nation. I'm looking forward to that. But at least I get to release the Inuit because I took over Greenland, which was painful. Now, with this all conquered and cleaned up, I would say, Navy, you go to Germany and we prepare a naval invasion. The good news is I have so much compliance in the US, like look at this, nearly 100%, that I can go back down to extensive conscription. I just want to see at the height of the USA war, we were at scraping the barrel, okay? My economy has recovered, meaning I can now finally build some stuff again. I miss doing that, gonna be honest. Okay, crazy moment. A naval invasion went out. Will it land? Probably not. But now I know where I can naval invade from if I want to. And yeah, I'm currently spamming out a lot of submarines just to annoy the British. I'm not sure if it's working, but their convoys are looking bad. They have no fuel, so that's kind of my strat. Okay, crazily enough, I did actually get a port. Wouldn't have thought that would work. I'm gonna keep the other naval invasions in place just so I have a fallback plan. But I do be having some units over here, so I can probably just bring them over really quick and conquer Britain from there. If I can hold this, this would be huge. Also brought parts of my air force here, so might even get green air. Yep, the moment the natives come to Britain and colonialize them, feels really good. It's way too late in the game. The US war was not fun. Ethiopia war is over. I don't really care about that, so actually have some points, but I can't do anything with them. I don't really care. I'm just gonna peace out. And war is over. Oh my god. Fighting the Allies without a navy is horrendous. Anyways, let's get the land we want. I just learned my peace treaty is gonna be very cheap because I already own the US because of the compliance government. And then, of course, an annexation of the compliance government. But still, because there was a compliance government, this land is mine, except the part that was owned by Mexico. So yeah, I can take a lot in this, more than I actually should be able to. I'm not gonna complain about that. So, peace treaty is over, meaning I'm also out of the war, meaning I should be able to release the US finally. There we go. Same with Canada, but because I had so much points, I could take basically everything over here. So I'm gonna release that, gonna release that, gonna release Hawaii. I can integrate these islands over here, can release the Samoan people, and I can liberate Tahiti. Gotta say, I was able to take over all of the states. That's crazy. And I got an achievement. America decolonialized. As Mapuche, Chile, liberate all native people. Okay, kinda cool. Didn't plan on that. Kinda forgot there is an achievement, but I'll take it. Sure. What I wanna do now, though, to really end this off, is to finish this focus over here and core everyone we just released. Let's do that. I literally just wanted to show that the X's are kinda dominating over here, but I totally forgot my faction name. IRS. I find this way too funny. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I already mentioned that, but I really appreciate the flag art and the leader portraits. They're really cool and they're unique for every releasable nation, I guess, except Mexico. And I appreciate small things like that. Oh, Brazil also has a president again. But yeah, I like that. Just wanted to highlight it. That's all. Unite Will is about to finish. I think the lag means the focus is done because standing still. Yeah, we annexed everything. And even better, we cored everything. And I can release the US again. No, these are all my core states now. Beautiful. Not gonna lie, very hard, at least how I did it, but a fun challenge. And having the satisfaction of coring all of the Americas in one big swoop is very satisfying. Not gonna lie. I have 46 million manpower. I have so much industry. The amount of resources we have. Okay, we're missing rubber. That's fair though. Actually, I have rubber. I puppeted them over here. Oh no, I forgot resource rights. It doesn't matter. I think I did a decent job, kinda. These were my divisions. Plus, sometimes I use this cav. My patrons, I love you. Until next time, bye.